Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Dungeon Boys, brought to you by your down-home favorite barbecue restaurant, Duke's Barbecue. Actually, that is not a sponsor. Duke's Barbecue is not a sponsor. I'm here with my brothers and my honorary brother. Josh, let's start with you introducing yourself and your character.
Josh playing Arlo.
Zenas playing Grim. I didn't know there was going to be a lead-in.
No phones at the table, sir.
I hope that
you
slap was picked up by the mic.
Mouth.
I'm sure it was.
Bro.
What'd you say?
I said
Brice,
you shut your DM mouth.
Ah, that's funny.
I play Jack Lowe.
That's right. And these boys are level 5. At the end of last week's fight, quick little recap. Last week, they went into the forest. They're already in the forest. They had interrogated a Gnoll, or maybe they did. The episodes run together, but most of last week's episode was a battle at a Gnoll camp that was set up underneath a sleeping treant. And they found Briar. They haven't got a chance to speak with him yet, but Arlo was able to move Briar to safety and then come back to help his fellow brethren in the battle against all these Gnolls. All the Gnolls at this camp are dead. Most of them killed at the hands of Jack Law. And at the end of that kerfuffle, as we like to say, all of our boys leveled up. You're level 5 now. I hear that there are some things that will happen.
Arlo was a very helpful little helper bee last week.
Absolutely.
He got Briar out of the tent, saved him, took him into the woods, brought him back around to Burb, made sure Burb was okay. While he was going away, he cast the fog cloud so that Jack could handle all of his enemies, and then rushed into battle in wolf form to help Grim with his battle.
I appreciate you giving Arlo some credit, because he did. He put the team on his back for a little bit. The fog definitely helped you out, and it was a good time.
I don't know if Arlo actually took out any of our numerous enemies last week.
Support class, man. You supported.
But he was all over the map.
Very impressive. Grim did some punching. Grim was plagued by some bad rolls last week.
I was getting pretty heated.
He was torqued. If you could see him at the table, his eyes were all angry.
He had angry eyes.
All right, everyone, it's time for the Duke's Barbecue D&D of the night. That'll be the rest of our episode. Here we go. Let's begin. I'm nervous. I'm always nervous when we start these episodes.
I thought I smelled something.
I can start
towards the beginning of the campaign, I had just about every response, every option mapped out. But we've kind of branched off. We're doing some different things, so there's a little more ad lib on my part. So I get real nervous whenever we play now. But
speaking of ad lib,
what?
It's not. Being level 5 has given me access to 3rd level spells.
Okay.
At first I didn't think any of them were very useful as a cleric, except for a few of them, because as part of my subclass or whatever, as a grave cleric, I get vampiric touch and some stuff. And I think that one's really cool because that heals me and does damage at the same time. But I was looking through them today because I revised.
Sure.
I found
no reason needed.
Animate Dead.
Oh
So
boy.
I wanna go over to a corpse of the Gnoll, a decent fully.
Okay.
fully intact corpse.
You're going to have to pick through.
That is in character for Grim. Very pleased at that because he is concerned with death. So yeah, as the battle has ended, the last thing that happened was you crushed a man's internal organs with your knee.
I'm not going to go to him.
A Gnoll's internal organs.
Well, actually, no. If it's his organs, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because
I think that would be a good poetic thing, because you were duking it out with that one dude the whole time. Just
it's like you proved. If you don't notice, Brice was doing very animated punches where he punched up and to the left, obviously not at any sort of target, which is what Grim was doing last week. Not true. So, what does Animate Dead do, Zenas?
It is a 3rd level spell, casting time of 1 minute, range 10 feet, duration instantaneous. This spell creates an undead servant. Choose a pile of bones or a corpse of medium or small humanoid within range. Your spell imbues the target with a foul mimicry of life, raising it as an undead creature.
A foul mimicry of life.
The target becomes a skeleton if you choose bones, or a zombie if you choose a corpse. And it says in parentheses, the DM has the creature's game statistics. Keith, I'm counting on you.
I do.
I'm not. I have them too, so we're good.
Okay.
It's not those. It's like you just use skeleton statistics.
Oh, I don't have that. So yeah, you have. Be honest with me.
I'm counting on you.
I
just
have
in case.
But
Eddie watched one of the episodes and laughed at my epic whiff.
Oh,
where I unstealthed out of the jungle.
Yeah.
and stealth back in, completely unknown.
And that's it. I just do that. And on each of my turns, I can use a bonus action to mentally command that creature. And he's under my control for 24 hours, unless I recast a spell on him. So I was just gonna say, can I just like drop one spell slot kind of permanently for 3rd level and just say I keep him active? Just like every night before I go to bed, just cast it on him.
I'll notify you. I want to deal with that. I want you to actually have to like. I want to deal with the fact that you're keeping your zombie with you. So whenever it's bedtime or whatever, if you want to wake up with the zombie, like you do cast it on him. So let's just we'll say this is something that you were thinking about as you killed him, so that your immediate action is to bring him back to life.
Yeah, I'm just it doesn't say this is how you cast it. It's verbal, somatic, and material.
We can give you some leeway.
I'm gonna dance around his corpse, just crazy, just moving my body around like in various funny poses as I kind of like hop from one foot to another in a circle around him, and I'm just gonna keep like singing. I was trying to think of a funny song for like raising dead or something that I thought about like bones rising, but all I could think of was dim bones, dim dry bones.
So I need you to actually RP you dim bones.
I get down on, I like crouch down and look at him, kind of poke at the corpse a bit, and I'm like, okay, this will do. And so I stand up and I start dancing around like dim bones, dim dry bones, and I just keep doing that in a circle for a minute.
It takes a minute.
For a whole minute. My hands are glowing. The like light starts filling up the corpse, and I imagine, I don't know, it like raises up and the flesh just flips away.
And from up on the hill, Burb is taking notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Arlo are right there. So at least 50 seconds in, Jack is fully confused.
Okay, so
Has it completed? Are you done now?
I want to do some description. So yeah, Grim is dancing around the thing, and this purple light begins to glow beneath it, as if kind of like in the space of where his grave would be, and where his spirit is kind of coming back into him a little bit. And this thing begins to rise up, not by picking itself up, but it rises up as if it were laying on a piece of wood and you stood it up, like it just straight back, and it rises up and it jitters a little bit, and then from the ground where this purple energy is, the purple magic goes flowing through it, and some of the flesh does begin to like melt and wither off, and you can see down to the bone in some places, and one of the eyes is dissolved, and there's only one eye, and there's some teeth. Some of its teeth do fall out.
See his ruptured kidneys.
Yeah, and you can see into those internal organs, and you can see kind of the soup that you left.
A knee-shaped dent.
And then the last thing that happens is whenever his mouth is closed, whenever he rises up. Would you prefer it be I'll let you choose, male or female Gnoll?
Male.
That's up to the Gnoll.
Careful, guys. Anyone can listen. We don't think that's funny because we thought it was funny because it was funny. Okay? If you be you. Dungeon Boys, our stance is that if you are you, we love you. That is it. Okay, everybody?
We love
and so the final thing that happens is the Gnoll, like, because these are like stand-up large hyenas, essentially. So his mouth was closed, and then at the end of the spell, at the 1 minute mark, it just, part of his jaw flops and his mouth drops open. And it can't hold it up. Like it just kind of chatters there, so the mouth is always open.
I put my hand under it and start like kind of using my fingers to like make it clack against the roof. Just
okay. It's your servant, so it doesn't do anything. So Zenas, keep track of what your zombie servant does. Thank God it can't speak, so I don't have to deal with that.
You're right.
But people will react to it, and things will be interesting from here on out because you do have a zombie Gnoll. Okay, what else is going on?
Jack has a reaction to this. Grim, what in the world are you doing?
Raising a friend.
Oh, okay.
It's a puppy.
I
pet its head.
Close enough.
His name is Bones. Do you want to pet him?
No, not at all.
Oh.
So the zombie, as you pet him, goes.
I just see
It's
it later
oh,
come.
I thought
I can choose to reanimate the bones or the corpse.
Okay,
It's
so
into a skeleton or a zombie. So I chose skeleton.
gotcha. All the flesh melted off.
The
You saw
mold has been peeled.
You saw all of the organs for a moment. Now it is white Gnoll skeleton with a clattering jaw.
Well,
I
we can
picture
still
you
see the
later,
organs.
like
There they
in
are.
a tree with like a string just tied to its lower jaw, calling your voice down to make it look like it's talking.
That'll be in our covert ops episode. Yeah. So what? So that reaction has happened. What else is going on?
Arlo has no audible reaction. He's still a direwolf from last time. So, yeah. Arlo is concerned how you learned this level of ventriloquism, but
From the top of the hill, you hear Burb say, "Come on, friend! Help! Help!"
all right. I hear that from Burb. I start running that way.
Yep.
Yeah, I follow.
Okay.
I snap my fingers. Come bones.
The zombie gleefully follows you with clattering jaw.
I avoid the zombie. Like, we gotta give it a wide berth.
Okay.
But I'm running that way as well.
All right. You don't hear anything. You don't. As far as sound stuff in the forest, you don't really hear much of anything. This combat probably took a minute and a half. I don't remember how many turns it actually was. Maybe even 2 minutes. A whole 2 minutes. So it wasn't very long. You were at this camp. So you don't hear like people rushing back to help or anything. But as you crest the hill, you see Burb is like patting on Briar, who is now he's laid down in the ground and his eyes are shut. And Burb is patting him and like patting his big belly and saying, "Wake up! Come on, friend! Come on, friend!" And then when he sees you crest this hill, he says, "Help! Help! Come on, friend!" As he's patting his chest.
Are we there?
Yeah, you're there.
Okay.
Cool. I want to not be a direwolf anymore.
Okay, so however, becoming a not direwolf and a halfling or a gnome.
You lose about 90% mass.
Yeah, so
And 100% direwolf.
the direwolf's body just shrinks into its hind legs and then they form into you.
Just one leg.
So yeah, you're a gnome now.
Cool. All right. I want to run up to Briar. I want to check on him.
Burb,
Okay.
what happened here?
I not know. Big fat dwarf fall down and not open, not awake no more.
That was very eloquent, Burb. I'm proud.
Come on, friend.
All right. So do I need to like roll something
no,
to check on his mental
when you get over
health,
there, you
physical
can,
health, whatever?
when you kind of pat him down and
Okay.
you listen for his breath, and he is breathing.
Okay.
His breathing is labored. He's badly beaten. He's bruised. He's bloodied. His face is very he's got a big black eye. But he's just he seems rather worse for the wear, and he is not sleeping peacefully, but sleeping in kind of a labored. I'm exhausted. I can't be awake anymore type of way.
Okay. So can I cast Cure Wounds on Briar?
Certainly,
Cool.
you can.
All right. I forget how much it is. It's a D8 plus spell modifier. That's 5 plus a 3. So I got an 8 damage, 8 undamage.
Okay, so as you put your hand on him or Cure Wounds touch. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a touch.
Yeah, it's a touch one.
You put your hand on him, and the magic courses through you, and you can some of the flowers around or the forest floor around him begins to grow with a little bit of life, and your magic passes into him, and some of his black eye recedes, and the swelling goes down, and some of his bruises get a little bit smaller, and some of his open wounds close up, and he wakes up just long enough to say, "Arlo, it's so good to see you. But I'm so sleepy." And he lays back down.
We have candy.
Quick, somebody make the sound of bacon.
Arlo, how much does he weigh?
About that much.
I don't know if I can carry him.
Yeah, we got to get him out of here. I don't know if the rest of the Gnolls are going to come back. We got to get him out of here, though.
He says, Can you take me back to town? Please.
I pat his left moob and I say, "We'll get you there, big man."
His moob.
Okay.
His man boob.
Does anybody have some extra cloth?
Extra cloth.
Yeah.
I've got a rope.
You tore up a tent down there. How much cloth you need?
Ooh, that's
Yeah, there's
true.
plenty of tents and
I'm
stuff.
gonna run down and I'm gonna grab me a tent.
What you need to do with that cloth?
You two collect 2 long straight sticks. We're gonna make a stretcher.
I do that. Do I need to roll for it?
I'm a roll for
Yeah.
tent taking.
Why don't you roll? Who's making the stretcher?
I'm just finding a stick right
Yeah.
now.
Okay, so let me know. Stick plentiful,
Nature?
tents plentiful. Whoever wants to make the stretcher, I need to roll.
I have no fingers for this. I'll leave this to someone else. Meaty man paws these.
I will give it a shot. What am I rolling?
Okay, you are rolling. Just roll survival for me.
Survival. Okay. That is a mighty 10.
10. You fashion or roll with advantage. I imagine these guys are helping you. They have found some stuff for you.
14.
Just
Okay, you are able to. It takes a lot of fabric, and it takes some. Grim brings back some sticks that aren't quite big enough, so you motion him back to get some bigger sticks, so like almost 4x4 size branches that you've gathered, and you put together this stretcher. And for all your tests, it seems like it should carry Briar's weight.
Okay.
Josh, did your heater die?
Yeah, did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to take a break to do anything with it?
That is up to y'all. How is your general temperatureness?
I'm okay.
I'm good. I think we'll be fine for this episode.
All right.
Folks, it's cold in our studio.
It is cold.
No central climate control, so bear with us. But there should be no noise, which is wonderful.
I am the climate control.
That's right. Okay.
Oh.
What do you do?
Well, I am about as big around as the sticks we used, so I'm not going to be very much help on this one.
Yeah. Together, Grim and Jack Law could probably handle it.
I'll grab the front sticks. I got.
All right.
Okay.
We both need to roll.
I thought we were like getting them on the stretcher or something like that.
This is not something that you need to roll for. You guys are capable of rolling this man onto a stretcher.
About to say,
roll
right?
to
Shouldn't
roll
be no
him.
Yeah,
problem.
and you guys lift up the stretcher, and Burb, whenever you lift it up, is kind of intrigued, and Burb says, "Ride."
Sure, Burb.
So he hops. Burb hops on Briar's belly and sits there, and as he rides, like the jiggling belly is like a saddle that just looks kind of funny as you guys are trucking it out of the
That's a
forest.
strange visual right there.
So Arlo, I assume you're following behind, or you're heading out in front, or whatever.
I'm leading the way.
Okay, leading the way back to town.
Back to town.
Your journey back to town is relatively uneventful. It's approaching nighttime. I think it was probably it was pretty early, I think, in the day when you guys went out because you slept the night, I believe.
Yeah, it was real early when we
It was
left.
early when you left. Your searching took a while, so it's approaching dark now. Kind of late afternoon. Not quite dark, but you know the sun will be going down pretty soon.
Right.
And you guys walk back towards town, and you can see town on the horizon, and you guys move toward it, and you can hear the sounds of a bustling small town as you approach. And nobody's really noticed you yet as you're outside the town. And you're heading in, and you're free to do whatever. Where are you headed? What are you thinking? What are you doing?
I'm headed to the first person I could find who could be like a healer or a doctor or something like that.
Okay. As to your eye, Briar is looking real good. He seems to just be very, very tired. Like he hasn't gotten a lot of sleep. He seems to be in need of rest. Your cure. I'm just trying to say your cure wounds is healed him well. Seems to be rather well healed. He's just very sleepy.
So let's drag him to the Gilded Gardener.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you want to do anything with the skeleton? I know that I wanted to give you the option. Don't want to forget about the skeleton.
I mean,
Hitch him up outside.
I honestly forgot that I made him. He's gonna follow me.
Okay, so
Clinkles and all.
you guys come into town. There are several townspeople. This is a traveling town. This is a town that a lot of people pass through very frequently, so they're not strangers to a strange thing. They're not strangers to, people following other people around or sorcerers having wards or something like that. But there are a lot of people whispering as you walk through, and you hear, is that a Gnoll skeleton? Does this mean he loves Gnolls, or he's a friend of the Gnolls, or is it possible that he's murdered one? You just hear different kind of whisperings like that as you pass through. But you guys do make it to the Gilded Gardener.
I want to address those people.
Okay, sure. You pick out some people who are whispering.
Just whoever's like the most pointy and whispery.
Okay.
Trust me, he is no friend to the Gnolls.
What do you mean?
I ripped his skeleton out myself.
Oh, well, carry on then. Well done, fellows. Well done. We appreciate your service. Those Gnolls have been they've been rummaging our crops and killing our children. Good riddance to that Gnoll.
Oh crap! Were we supposed to be like freeing prisoner children or something like that? They were dead.
No, they were.
Okay.
I told you, or Argnon, the sheriff, told you the conflict was started by some dead kids,
Okay, all right.
or on behalf of some dead kids. So you guys make it out front of the Gilded Gardener with this man on a stretcher. No one has really rushed to your aid, except you do hear someone rushing up to you as you make it to the Gilded Gardener, and you hear sounds coming from the town square. That you were whenever you met Argnon, and you remember that garden that this town is famous for. You hear someone saying, "Oh, is that him? Is that Briar?"
Yeah, we found him. We found him.
An elven woman is standing before you. She has a satchel full of what looks like herbs. She smells like plants. What? She has a satchel. She looks very earthy. She matches a description of Clara, the woman I believe that Argnon described to you a couple of days ago when y'all were asking about Briar. And she says, "Oh, I've been missing him. He's been gone for several days. What's happened to him?"
He seems like he was held captive by the Gnolls for some reason.
Why would they hold Briar captive? He's such a nice dwarf. He helped me in the garden.
They wanted to wake something up, I believe.
Wake something up.
Something about destroying the town.
Destroy? They wanted Briar to destroy the town? Oh, I know he wouldn't do anything like that.
Yeah, you and me both.
Well, what is he all right? Is he sick? Is he hurt? Or why is he on the stretcher?
Well, he's very, very tired. Seems like they've kept him awake for a long time. He was very tired and beaten when we found him. He seems to be on the mend at this point.
Oh, very good. Take him inside and let him get some rest. I'll have to go back to the garden and tend to it before I leave for the night. But I'm so glad that you rescued him. I'm so very glad.
And Arlo is just very... He just wants to get Briar off his feet and just rest.
Well, Clara says, "Thank you so much, young man. Maybe I'll see you in the next couple of days if you're here in the town. But thank you so much."
All right.
She leaves. So y'all heading up the stairs to the Gilded Gardener?
Oh, it is upstairs?
There's... You got to go upstairs to get to the porch, and then I imagine the rooms are also upstairs.
Are you pulling the front, or are you
I was pulling the front, so...
Okay,
Jack,
so I'm going to have to...
Do you want to switch? Can you handle that?
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
The stairs at the end actually have one of them little lift things.
So as you guys are moving him around, and you heard Clara's voice and stuff, or Briar, you hear him go, "Oh, where are we?"
Briar, we're back in the town. We're back in Far.
Oh, wonderful. I might be able to walk to a bed if you would procure one for me.
We've already got beds and everything. You relax. Just follow us.
Just a nice... And he goes to roll off the stretcher, and he lumbers, and you hear poof, poof. His feet hit the floor. He stumbles inside behind you. I guess you're leading him. He says, "Oh, just a night's rest, and I'll be all right. Just a night's rest. Thank you so much, Arlo. I've missed you. I didn't know much how longer.
We'll talk when you wake up. You need to get some rest first."
Okay, so you guys, I guess you take him up to the room that you've procured for yourself?
Yes.
Okay, so he lumbers up the stairs slowly. It seems as if he almost can't push it that last step, but he does.
It's like people are betting money on this.
He does push
I
himself.
push him that last step.
Yeah, he does push. He gets to the top, and he lumbers to a bed, and he flops down in it, and he says, "Come and wake me in the morning. We have much to discuss."
What happened to his staff?
I still have it.
Okay.
Okay, so you from the inside you hear, and he seems to be much more restfully sleeping now.
Sounds good. I do not want to leave Master Briar's side. I don't want to leave the inn until he's awake.
All right, and you're at the Gilded Gardener, right? Okay, so you want to go downstairs and hang out, or do you want to sit in the room with him?
I'll be fine with going downstairs. I don't want to leave the inn. I don't want to leave anything to chance because it's taking this long to find it.
Well, let me know if you want to. Whatever you do inside this inn, you tell me.
Okay.
I'm going to go to my room and reel me in some Z's.
Okay.
I'm going to slump against the wall right by Briar's door. I'm going to stick one leg out across the hallway. Bones is going to be on the other side standing guard. And
Okay.
I'll go to sleep.
It's not quite dark yet. You still got plenty of daylight. I don't want you to think it's pitch black dark, but y'all are free to sleep if you'd like to sleep.
We've been
It
working
was
hard.
nighttime.
Oh, it was not quite. You knew the sun was about to be going down as you left the forest, but when you arrived in town, the sun was still up. I would call it twilight. So if you want more to do with your day, twilight what? There's plenty of werewolves and vampires in this store.
We're not going there. We're not going there.
Yeah, if y'all want to sleep, you're absolutely welcome to sleep.
I think Arlo would like to find some food because we had a lot of activity.
Okay. So you head downstairs to the bar, I guess, and to the tavern and order some food.
Yep, I'm gonna have some
If
food.
we eat, then that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so
Same, honestly.
all right.
Yeah.
So Grim goes downstairs. What about Skeleton Man?
He gonna stay up there.
Okay, so the skeleton inside or outside the room?
Outside. He has a short sword and a short bow. I think as the skeleton statistics, I don't know what the gnolls had, so...
Okay, we'll say they had spears. So I guess I'd like to give him a spear, just unless you found a sword. He did have a longbow, actually. The skeleton.
He did have the longbow.
So,
Well, there you go.
yeah, so we'll say he has a spear and a longbow
Okay,
instead
so
of a short
he's
bow
like,
and a
he's
sword.
holding the spear like in front of him. Kind of like a knight statue, sort of,
Okay.
just standing guard.
On your way in, people were very concerned about this thing, but I think the conversation you guys had on the way in will suffice to explain that this is a product of Gnoll killing, not Gnoll loving.
I ripped him soul out myself. He's in my pocket.
So you guys head downstairs and you order some food. You want to sit at the bar or a table?
You know, I was not expecting that question.
I'll sit at the bar.
I'll sit at the bar. Yeah, bar it
Okay,
up.
so you hop up there, and the bartender is.
Takes me a week and a day to climb to the top of that stool.
He is wiping a glass out. He spits in a glass and wipes it out, and then sets it back behind him.
Full flavor.
Classic bartender move. And he says, "What do you boys have?"
I'll have the tallest drink you got. It's been a long day.
Well, best of luck to you. And he grabs a stein that's probably a foot tall, and he pours it full of ale.
I'm like 3 feet tall.
I know, yeah, that's why he said best of luck. And after he pours it full of ale, he looks at you and seeing how small you are, and he takes a straw from behind him and slides it into the stein.
Thank you, sir.
That's all to do with you. You, man with the mask, and you, the one with the skeleton you brought in. What will you have?
Just a meal and some water.
It's your lucky day. We've got leg of lamb.
I will take some lamb in a plate I can take up to my room, please.
A to-go plate, eh?
Indeed.
He
I
hands
just meant like a tray or
Yeah,
something that I
yeah,
can carry that
I
and
know,
a
I'm
drink.
kidding. He hands you he says, "We don't have any special plates here, just a regular plate." And he hands you a plate with a leg of lamb on it, a little garnish, a little bit of greens there, and he says, "That'll be 5 gold pieces."
Well, darn.
No, it'll be. Excuse me.
That's rich lifestyle, man.
Yeah, we have several games going on, and the economies are all different. That'll be 1 gold piece.
That's the like I went to McDonald's the other day. There's a separate tax for eat in and carry out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's odd.
I gave him the 1 gold piece. I would also like a drink of some sort. You have any berry juices?
Absolutely. We have raspberry juice in the ice box. Would you like me to get you some?
Absolutely, sounds delicious.
Very well. So he pours you a big old cup of this dark, rich crimson raspberry juice. He slides it to you.
I'm going back up to my
Would you
room.
care to explain why it is you're asking for juice?
Just because I didn't want something alcoholic, but I wanted something that
Tasty.
would not taste like spit.
I like it. Okay, so you turn and leave.
In between,
very good reason.
like gnawing on the leg of lamb, I call out, "Good night, Jack."
Good night,
I
Grim.
couldn't do it. I was trying to do like a full mouth, but
You're good.
Oh.
I like it. So you head upstairs.
Grim, how is it?
it's good.
Tastes like lamb.
So the
Barkeep, give me some of that too.
he slides you another plate. He says, "That'll be 1 gold piece."
I give it.
Thank you, sir. So I saw you wander in with with that skeleton there. What's the story with the skeleton? Also with the fat dwarf. What's his story?
That's Master Briar. He's been in town for a while now.
Oh yes, we get a few fat dwarfs wandering to and fro. But yes, Master Briar. He was helped in the garden. He's a bit of a druid, I suppose. Yes. We enjoyed his time here. So what happened to him out in the forest? Gnolls get at him?
Well, we're not going to say anything just yet. We're going to wait until he wakes up. He needs some rest right now.
Oh, very well. Well, I know the gnolls have been causing a lot of problems. Did you run into any gnolls in the forest?
There's a gnoll skeleton I have upstairs.
It did look rather gnollish, didn't it? Oh. So, what...
I'm sorry. That was just a funny statement.
So, I hear, actually, the word around town is Sheriff Ognon's got a gnoll in the jail that they captured in the last couple of hours.
Is that so?
Yes. I believe the word, I don't know if you saw in the town square on the way through, but I think they're constructing a gallows for him out in the square.
And when is he supposed to be executed?
Absolutely. What else are Gnolls good for?
When is that supposed to be now?
I believe they're doing it tonight. It may sound a little bit crass, but morale in town's been very low, and these Gnolls have been causing us trouble, and we can't do much against the orcs that come cull from our population, but we sure as heck can kill a Gnoll, and we boost morale a little bit in town.
This whole town got anger management issues.
Well, if you had people coming to your town and killing indiscriminately, you'd be rather upset too.
I suppose you got a point on that one. I want to lean in and talk to Grim for a minute. So.
Sure.
Grim.
Yeah.
I think we need to find out what this Gnoll knows
I
about
agree.
what they were doing with that trench and what they were doing with Master Briar. What plans they had for this town.
In between bites. I agree, and I guess by this time I'm done.
Yeah.
Because it was just a leg, right?
Sure.
So I shotgun my water and slam the cup back on the table. Just, and I get up and walk out.
Was it good, sir?
It was.
I knew it.
I have the best spit in town.
That's what that whole glass was. Graham, I feel real bad about leaving Briar here. What if something happens? What if somebody comes to get him or something like that? I don't think I can leave the inn until he wakes up.
I wink at him and I walk out.
Okay.
That was disturbing.
And
I go back to my swimming pool of beer.
My skeleton starts walking down the stairs. I mentally called it to me.
Okay.
And it just saunters out the door.
People are confused by that, but you sit back up at the bar?
No, I'm going to go back upstairs.
Oh, you're going back upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. With the bartender, whenever you go turn around and go back upstairs, he says, "Make sure you don't miss the execution tonight.
Yeah.
It ought to be a good time."
Whenever you reach the top of the stairs, you see Jack putting his finished plate down and securing the strap on his mask. He was sitting outside Briar's door.
Very cool. Jackie, thank you for all your help.
Anytime, Arlo.
I don't think we could have done none of this without you, and I don't know if I could have got Briar out of there.
Arlo, you were indispensable in our battle against the Gnolls.
Thank you. I try to look after my friends.
It is much appreciated.
All right, is there anything you guys want to take care of at the end before we go and Grim has whatever he's about to do?
Jack's gonna go to bed.
Okay, so Jack, you go find yourself a room to catch some Z's in. I don't remember how we set up the rooms last time with the Gilded Gardener, but we'll say that it's a separate room.
I don't know if we did. We just said that we get
slept.
rooms.
Yeah. So you go into yours and hit the hay.
Yep.
Arlo, what will you be doing? You'll just be...
I'm going into the room where Briar is,
Okay.
and I am just going to sit down with my back against the door. I'm going to try to get a little bit of sleep too.
Sure. You'll be able to have a long rest if you don't do anything else this evening. Or a short rest if you make it for a while. Grim, you exit the tavern.
Yeah.
The Gilded Gardener.
Do I know where the prison is?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly small town, so you walk that way. It's twilight. People are kind of closing up shops. The people are lighting the street lamps around town. And as you pass by the town square, sure enough, you can see several men and other humanoid creatures. It's a pretty diverse town, but you see several people, for lack of describing every single person who's building it, a fairly large gallows where it looks like a public execution is going to take place.
Saunter over.
To the gallows or keep going to the jail?
No,
Hips swaying.
Yeah, no, I see the gallows and I just divert course over there.
All right, so you arrive and there are about four dudes, a dwarf and 3 men.
Are they all men?
They are all men building this thing.
Hello, good men.
Hello, sir, and is that a Gnoll skeleton?
It is.
Guys, he's got a Gnoll skeleton.
He's my pet. I call him Bones. You can pet him if you want.
Oh, we're not going to pet him, but you can have one more of those by the end of the night, buddy.
Oh, yeah, so I've heard. Tell me, when... well, as you can see, first, I do enjoy killing the Gnolls. I stole this one's body.
Waves.
I was about to say, if you're gonna go and preach to them about not killing Gnolls, you're gonna have some wind taken out of your sails by the skeleton.
Yeah.
No,
Hard sell on that one.
Us too, friend.
So, It stands to reason that I would be curious about such things. When is this execution? I've only heard that it's going to happen. I don't know exactly when.
Sure, a couple of hours. Once it gets truly dark, we get some good torchlight going. We'll be able to see the flicker of torchlight on his hair as his neck snaps before us all.
And I would like to tap or pat part of the thing, the it's not
gallows.
It's gallows, yeah. And this will be done by then, yes?
Absolutely. We can't hang him if it's not.
That's very true, my friend. But if you happen to finish a few hours beforehand, is it going to be guarded? I'd hate to see anything happen to this. Such as, I've heard about Gnoll raidings and such. I don't want them to think they can come in here and disrupt our plans, you know?
Oh, sure. There'll be some of us out here all night with it. We won't be leaving it unattended.
Very well. Well, that's all.
Well, it was good to see you.
Good night and good luck, friends.
Remember, if you come back later, you'll be able to have whatever you do with those skeletons. Not my place to judge, but you can have another one. We'll see.
Oh, you know I'm always looking for him, man.
Yes, we do.
Walk away.
We know you.
My man.
I feel like this whole conversation was amidst just continuous finger guns back.
Grim has low charisma, so.
Yeah, alright, so.
The finger guns help.
Dude,
They help.
you guys are all playing your dudes really well in that.
And I'm
Just on top of the thing. Aha! Hey!
and I'm gonna shuffle my way toward the.
To the jail?
Yeah.
Okay. As you get to the jail, it's again, it's kind of the town is shutting out down for the evening. As you get to the jail, the front porch of the jailhouse, you can see a red dragonborn sitting on the porch. He's smoking a pipe. He's got his sheriff's cap on and got his little uniform. His tie is a little bit looser. His shirt's a little bit more unbuttoned, and he's sitting on the porch smoking a pipe. Argnon, you know him to be.
Hello, Ognon.
Oh, it was Grim, was it?
Yes.
I see you've made it back from your journey in the forest, and I see you brought a Gnoll skeleton with you.
I have.
I didn't know you were so powerful in the magical arts.
Recent accomplishments, yes.
Very well. Appreciate you taking another Gnoll out for us.
No problem. I hear that another one's about to be gone shortly, in a few hours here.
Absolutely. We found one wandering in the forest, so we snagged him. The town has been, it's been slow and just depressed. Morale's been low lately, and you know, with the cullings and the orcs coming and taking people against their will, and the Gnolls ravaging, you know, doing what they do. You know.
Yes, I do.
Can't think of a specific example, but I know we've been in conflict with them.
Stealing crops and things of that sort. Yes.
Babies.
And just killing children.
Yeah. All the bad stuff that they've been doing, and you know, I'm hoping just a good spectacle like this and taking care of one of those monsters. It's been bothering us. Ought to go a long way to boost morale around town.
I can understand that. What does the jail look like?
Just kind of a wooden building.
What did you say?
Yeah, it's a wooden building. You can tell that it kind of has a basement with very thin barred windows around the bottom that you can see down.
Particularly dry and kindly looking
Yeah,
wooden building.
the dungeon. In the top, there's some. You can see through the window. There's some cells up top, but you can't see the Gnoll. Just kind of a typical building with a door in front, couple windows, barred. Looks like a jail. Says jailhouse on the front.
Yeah.
Kind of like Old West jail situation.
Okay.
So,
Would you mind terribly if I were to speak with this man, Gnoll creature, real quick?
oh, absolutely. He'll be gone in a few hours, so I don't have any problem with you coming in to speak. But before you go, how did your time in the forest go? You were looking for someone. Briar, the Druid that was here. You were looking for him.
It went very well. We found him. It killed many Gnolls in the process.
Very good. We'll teach them a lesson.
Yes.
You did find Master Briar.
Yes, I did.
Is he well?
He is. He's resting now, but
Good.
everything else seems to be okay.
So what are those Gnolls doing in the forest? What do they have Briar for?
Just being Gnolls, I guess. Stealing things that don't belong to him.
If you would have said it, if you would have said it, you said stealing things what don't belong to him. If that got me, I'm sorry. That's right. Yeah, you can go in and speak to him. I'm going to sit out here and finish this pipe, and I like smoking inside.
All right. I leave my skeleton there just awkwardly, like, in the position he was in. So it's like me and him side by side. Now the skeleton just staring at Argonon.
As you
Is his
walk...
jaw still hanging loose?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
As you walk past him, he, like, nudges you on the side and says, do I need to worry about that skeleton?
No, he's fine.
All right, I'll take your word for it. He takes a big puff on his pipe and blows a big old cloud of smoke as you walk past. Not at you.
Just...
Yeah.
Okay. So I go in and I try to find Mr. Gnome.
Okay, so you walk in and you can see the jailhouse. There's cells in the back. There's a desk where the Argonon sits. You can see on the wall there's some belts, some kind of like utility sheriff belts, a couple badges stuck into the wall there, like kind of where they leave their stuff. A couple of coats, and then you can see a staircase that leads down.
Utility belt. That's what tripped me up. The
Yeah,
utility
yeah.
belt.
Kind of. I feel like that's what you would call a belt that a cop wears. It really is a utility belt.
Yeah.
Probably so.
Can I
duty belt?
Duty belt.
Can I roll perception to see if I find any keys?
We're all smiling because Josh said duty belt. Just to let you know, just to let you know, listeners.
We couldn't maintain any longer.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll to find some keys.
Yeah, that's nat 20.
Yep.
Just step in. I feel them.
No, so you step in, and as you step in,
The sheriff throws them at you from out
do
here.
you want to be conspicuous? Like, do you want to be inconspicuous while you search for them?
Yeah,
Or-
kind of. I don't really want him to be like, hey, what are you doing?
Okay, so what happens? Well, I'm gonna RP for you a little bit. So you walk in, as you pass by the desk, you're looking around for these things, and you kick the desk a little bit, kind of barely stub your toe, and you hear the jingle of keys into one of the drawers, and you can tell which drawer it's in, and like you kind of barely trip. Like, that's all right. I just lost my footing, and Argonon on the front porch kind of gives a chuckle. It's like, oh, watch out for that desk there. I know it's in the way.
Cool.
And so you see the keys, and you want to take them.
I'm gonna take him.
I feel like I need to make you do a little sleight of hand on this to take them. Because they are in a drawer.
I want. Can I make the bones like just fall into a pile of bones as a distraction?
You can make him fall over, I guess. I
I
don't know
mean,
if-
just like fall straight down.
absolutely.
So, like,
You can absolutely
it
do
makes
that.
noise.
I'll let you gain advantage.
That was a 3.
Okay.
And that was a 5.
Jack also snuck
Okay.
me to
All
help
right.
him.
So as you do this, but do you want to name him or the skeleton?
His name is Bones.
Oh yeah, sorry, Bones. You already. I was about to call him Bones for some. I don't know why I didn't lock that in. But so as Bones falls to the ground in a heap of bones, the sheriff sees that and hears that. He also hears some jangling from inside, and he says, Grim, your skeleton just fell into a heap of bones. Everything all right in there? Are you okay?"
Yes, I lost a bit of my concentration. I hit the desk very, very hard.
All right, final roll. Roll persuasion for me.
Oh my god.
You've built this up to be an easy roll.
That's just 11.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
You've persuaded. Oh, just the Gnoll's downstairs. Don't wander around the top so long.
Sorry. And the thing, I make him stand back up.
Okay, he
And
stands back
I walk
up.
downstairs. I ignore it.
Okay.
I make a mental note of where those keys are.
Okay, so you don't get where you grab the keys. I'm sorry, you grab the keys.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, sorry. You grabbed the keys. You made the noise. I didn't mention it.
I was wondering why you put him back.
You had the keys in your hand, buddy.
Okay.
So you're heading down the stairs, and downstairs there's several cells around the outside walls, but in the middle there's a big metal post that kind of holds up. It's a load-bearing post, and the Gnoll is tied to that post.
Anybody else in there?
There's nobody else down here, and he's more than tied. He is shackled to that post. Excuse me.
Hey, friend, how you doing?
You hear the clang of cling cling.
Did you
As
take the
he's,
skeleton with you?
No, he's upstairs.
Okay.
as he's pulling against the
Intimidation.
pole, he says, "Who are you? Another one of the Barkian dogs here to torture me?" And as you see him, you can tell that he has also been fairly badly beaten, fairly bloodied. He has had a rough time as well.
Is he facing me or the other way?
He is facing. He is free to move around the pole as he wishes, but his arms are behind him, and his arms are shackled together, so he can't get away from the pole.
Okay.
Him calling you a dog is a serious racial slur among them, so you should feel very,
absolutely.
very bad about yourself.
I don't.
He called the Farkians dogs.
Yeah, I ignore that. I walk over to him and cast Vampiric Touch, killing him instantly. No. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna pat him on his shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him as I walk in front of him.
Okay.
He regains.
What are you doing? What are you doing? He pulls away from you. Roll to hit him with advantage.
To hit him?
He's trying to get away from you.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
all right.
that
Well,
doesn't-
6 is the
that
number.
makes
If
sense.
Sorry.
if I heal him up, 6 is the number. 20. Right?
Yeah, you
Wait.
get him if he's over 20.
22.
Yeah, so he's snatching away, and he goes around, but you're able to get a hand
Hold on, now
his,
get back here.
You're able to get a hand on his wrist, and he says, "What? Stop, donor!"
Easy. I'm gonna start petting his head too. Easy now.
Don't patronize me. I'm a gnoll, not a pet. Oh, that feels good. Ooh.
The petting feels good.
Why have you healed me?
I don't believe that the Gnolls are responsible for what's been happening to this town, or at the very least, the dead children. I don't really care about the rest of it at this point.
What are you talking about?
Do you know anything about dead children?
No, we don't know anything about dead children. All we know is that we've been accused of killing Farkian children, and none of us have murdered any Farkian children. We don't kill things for no reason.
Did you start attacking the town before or after that? And an attack in this sense means, have you been stealing crops and things like that? Being a general nuisance to this town before the dead children.
We eat meat, but sure, when the hunters from Fark started coming to kill us, yeah, absolutely, we'd kill them back, and if we saw a hunter out by himself, we'd eye for an eye, and we'd take one and kill him, but the Farkians started it.
Would you happen to know any reason those children would have died? Any animals, anything out of the ordinary in the forest?
It's the Western Wildwood, you idiot. Anything could have killed them. Not just gnolls. It's not just us that kill things in the forest.
I'm aware. I pull out the key and I kind of dangle it in front of him.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Are you here just to torture me with emotions, or are you going to set me free?
I'm going to set you free, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could need from you before I do.
What do you want to know?
What do you know? Tell me about this conflict between the Gnolls and the Farkians.
They kill us and we kill them. There's without end, it seems. There's no aggression needed. If we see someone, a straggler from the town, we kill him. And they've been coming into our forest, and we have this tradition where young adolescent gnolls go out with their mothers for their first hunt. And the hunters have been taking young gnolls, and
I've heard about that.
we don't know, why would they take young ones?
Because they think you killed their children.
We didn't.
I know you didn't. Or at the very least I believe it, and at this point I'm just going to continue to refer to it as no.
Okay.
What's your name? Did he already tell me? Did I
No.
ask that? Okay.
My name is Thrick.
Thrick. You can call me Grim, Thrick.
Grim.
How did you get captured?
I was alone hunting in the forest, and some hunters came through, and they shot me in my leg so I couldn't get away, and they beat me bloody and dragged me back here.
Do you feel well enough to escape now?
I feel much better than I did when you walked in.
They're going to try to hang you in a few hours.
If you let me escape, though, won't they try to hurt you?
They can try.
You think you're going to take on a whole town by yourself?
I'm a very fast runner if need be. I'll tell you that. I don't run though. So it could be a lose-lose for me. But obviously if I let you go, I'm not just going to let you walk out the front door.
No. I don't know if setting me free is going to change what's been put in motion already.
No, but it can't hurt. Very much at least. I unshackle him.
Okay, so you unshackle him. And you do that, and his shackles are off. And
Thrick, my friend, don't run, because if you do before I explain the plan, I will kill you.
Okay.
I promise you on that.
He's very antsy. He shakes the shackles
Listen,
off.
I'm going to cause a distraction. There's Argnon is still up there, the sheriff. I don't know if you know his name, the Red Dragonborn.
Yes, that pile of filth.
Yes, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to cause a distraction, as I said, and hopefully you can get away in time. Maybe not. Who knows?
Okay. There is a back door here. Do you want me to go out the back door or the front door?
Oh, the back door. I didn't know that was a thing. Hey, what is? Did you say anything?
No, I
about
didn't
that
say
door?
there was a back door. I'm sorry. I didn't intend to hold that to make you sound silly.
The door is actually in this cell.
No. Okay, so you make a distraction. How will I know when to go?
Caw-caw.
I didn't.
Now.
I didn't have a. I will say, my bones, and then you can run.
My bones.
You're going to say,
I'm going to scream it very loudly.
my bones. Okay. I don't think this plan is going to work very good, but I have to try.
My beautiful bones.
And at this point, you actually hear Argnon's voice from upstairs. And he says, Grim, get up here. Something's going on. We might need your help.
Never mind. I won't go upstairs.
Hold that thought.
The Gnoll Thrick is going to stay down there. He's not following you right now. He's going to. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for some sort of distraction.
Very good.
And at this point, do y'all want me to return to the inn? Is there anything you guys want to do? Or are y'all still catching some Z's?
I'm just waiting on Briar to wake up. I know that this execution is supposed to be happening at some point. Is there, can I see what's going on out the window or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
That's
cool.
a smart move. When you look out the window, you can roll perception for me, actually.
I don't even know that this is going on. No one told me.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I'm just asleep.
Yeah.
11.
Okay. Hold on just a second.
Somebody getting lynched.
All right, so you look out, and over. You can see from the top this window in the second story. You can see across the town. You can see the gallows sticking out, and the gallows are actually backlit by this blazing fire at the edge of town. You can see it looks like either one or a couple of homes at the edge of town towards the western wildwood are on fire. You can hear screaming, and you can hear people running and saying, They're attacking! They're attacking! And you can hear that very faintly muffled from your bedroom window.
That ain't good. I want to take the staff, Briar's staff, off my back. I want to leave that propped up by the bed, and I want to go out and knock on Jack's door.
Okay. Dum dum dum.
Yes, who's there?
Jack, you're just looking out the window. Have you seen what's going on out there?
Can I see what's going on?
You can.
Okay.
Hey, I think we
You
might
just
better
have-
get out there, man.
Absolutely. You hear me thump out of bed. You hear 2 feet. Dun, dun.
You didn't pull any clothes or anything, like pull on your shoes?
Huh? I probably need to put on my hat.
Yeah, okay.
Hat, boots, cloak. The rest of it I probably slept in.
Okay.
Would you sleep in the mask? That's the thing. So, I know it blocks the smell.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, the smell of smoke is strong in the air for everyone who can smell it.
Yeah, Jack sleeps like a corpse, just like flat on his back, just completely
Okay.
still.
So you
That's
guys,
creepy, but very Jack.
So
On
you
top
come
of the
out of your
covers.
room? Sorry. You
Yeah.
come out of your
Yes,
room?
I come out of the room.
You guys are together at the top of the stairs.
All right. I'm running
Arlo
downstairs.
just turns around and I'm at the stairs. Come on, let's go.
I want to head that way and see if I can find out what's going on.
Okay. So you head downstairs, and we'll say you guys run to the town square, and from where you are, you can see on the front porch. Grim, you're heading up to see Argnon.
Yep.
You can see on the front porch Grim sprinting out of the door of the jail to skid right beside Argnon, who is standing with a telescope. who is looking, and he nudges Grim and he says, "What do you? There's a fire, but people are screaming. Can you hear what they're saying?"
Roll perception.
Yeah.
That's a big old 18.
Okay, you hear the screams of like
They call me Eagle-Eyed Mike.
people shrieking in terror, and you can hear
Don't
they're
know why.
attacking, they're attacking, the Gnolls are attacking, the Gnolls are attacking, oh no, oh no. There's babies.
I was
By
wondering.
the way, those babies.
So there's chaos over there. The Gnolls are attacking.
You're saying this very calmly.
I'm just saying it to Arlo.
With his ear out. Just
Get out of my ear to the ground kind of thing.
And at that point, as you say that, you can hear a loud thud and a door slamming, and the scrape of claws across the thing, and across the like the floor. And Grim, you can turn around and you see who's or what. You can see Thrick sprinting out of the back door, but Argon doesn't seem to notice.
I just made a face like not bad for those listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it should have
so-
just been in your descriptions. And there's some Gnolls and my bones.
Well, I was gonna make Bones attack me, and I was gonna like struggle with it. But
I'm sorry you
we
didn't get an
that.
opportunity to do that.
No, this is better. It wouldn't have worked.
So Argnon puts his telescope down and he says, there are your friends. We may have use of you yet tonight, Grim. Let's get closer.
Excellent.
All right.
I wait. I see them? I wave them, and then I run off.
Yeah. So you guys want to meet up? Y'all going with them?
Yeah, we see Grim and Argnon up ahead. I guess we follow where they're going.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys make it kind of. You're looking down the street. Actually, this is the same street, Jack Law, that your butcher shop used to be on. And the crowd is kind of getting as close to this event as they can. The heat from the fire is very strong. It's almost like it's hard to walk down that street. But there's a crowd congregating and looking this way. You can see just the hill on the outside of town is just awash with gnolls. Like 20, 30, maybe 40 gnolls on the end. Jackalaw's cracking his knuckles.
One at a time.
Can I?
Everybody take a note.
If we're trying to get like past this crowd to get up to the front, is it possible that there's like an alley behind the butcher shop that I would know about that I could?
Sure, you know the town,
Suspect
so
you-
maybe you could get through a little bit easier. But there are a lot of people congregating. You're not quite there yet. Let me set the scene as you
Okay.
approach, because it's going to take you a minute to get all the way down.
I specifically want to run like through the front entrance of the butcher shop, out the back door, down that said alley.
Gotcha. Do you want to just get in front of the crowd?
Arlo, what do you want to do?
I just want to get closer to what's going on to see where I can best be of use.
Front of the crowd, so we can be between the two sides.
Okay, cool. So,
Arlo's not like a frontline kind of guy. He's like a support kind of guy.
all right, so you know the shortcut, and you could very easily get to the front of this crowd going through the butcher shop that you know. Do you want to? So you want to like sprint up, take the lead, and tell your 4-man crew what you're doing, or you just want to sprint and do that way by yourself?
4-man crew.
Argonon's with
Argonon's
you.
with us.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we'd even intercepted Grim.
Yeah,
and
you
Arlo.
guys met up. Sorry, you guys.
Okay.
He saw
I thought
you.
like he sees us coming from a great distance, and then there's like the crowd between us.
Oh no, the crowd's
Okay.
not between you. So imagine again, we're looking from the top.
Gotcha.
At the very bottom of this area is Grim and Argonon. A little bit above you, above them is you and Arlo. Above all of you is this crowd. Far above that is the gnolls and stuff.
Fair enough. Okay.
So you guys are all together.
All right. Yeah. I'll veer off with all 4 of them.
Okay.
If you want to go ahead and set said scene before we do that.
Sure. So you see this crowd. They're congregating. Argonon, as he's approaching, says, "Everyone, calm down. Calm down. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Everyone, just let us get through." But the more he says, the more people are crowding in, and they're not allowing you to get through. So this would be the perfect opportunity for you to.
Argnon, wait this way.
Okay.
And I got a 13 to kick in the door moan shop.
Perfect. Yeah, it is boarded up. So very cool scene. Jackalaw says, "Come on, let's go." He kicks in the door of the butcher shop, and you guys sprint through it, and you go through an alleyway. And Argonon says, where I didn't even know this was here. And then you get
Well, as going through all this, I actually as Arlo, I'm fascinated. Jack, is this your shop?
Absolutely. And as we're running through, I open up one of the cabinets and I take out an identical cleaver to the one I already have.
Nice.
And I put it in my clothes.
it's a hair rusty, just a little bit of rust on it. Needs some care.
In that case, he takes it out and he pauses and looks at that and then still puts it away.
Yeah.
But there's a very significant half-second pause. He looks at the rust on it.
Okay. Also, as you pass through the yard, as you walked up the concrete, the stone, up to the door and across the porch, just roll perception for how you pass through there. Everybody, if you don't mind.
Perception. 25.
12.
17.
All right, so all of you see it. It's not hard to see. There's these big brown splotches of what would have been dried blood. Ooh. No one has come to wash all this off, but Jack, you know exactly what caused this blood to be here. You know exactly whose blood this is. It is your wife's blood from long ago when your journey began, and you just notice that as you pass by into the butcher shop.
You can Jack adjust his mask a little bit, or
probably.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is where it happened. This is where we haven't done our narrations, but for the folks at home, this is where Jack Law's wife had her untimely passing at the hands of some orcs. So you guys pass through. Argnon says, "I've never seen this before. I've never been through here." You grab the rusty cleaver and you give it a contemplative look as you put it in your bag or in your wherever you put it in your sheath. And you guys pass through and you're able to go down an alley, hop a fence, and now you're in the front of this crowd. The orange firelight reflects off all of your eyes and all of the metal and the weapons that you have on you. Burb is actually in tow. Burb followed you guys out. He was sleeping in the room actually with Jack. And he followed you out kind of silently, just wanting to be together with whatever's going on. And he's at this point, Burb doesn't question you guys. Burb is with you. Burb speaks when spoken to a lot of times, and he will be there whenever you need him. So Burb doesn't speak, and he can also kind of tell this is a very tense moment. That things are happening. The firelight reflects off of everyone's eyes. Burb is looking wide-eyed at this almost sea of gnolls in front of you. At least it looks almost like that because they're standing in such a way to make themselves look big and imposing. And in front of them is a gnoll that seems to be about 2 times taller than the rest of them. He is standing with a great axe that he's holding high above his head. His teeth are bared. His eyes are huge and black, and you can see the fire reflecting off them. He's lit by this fire that is burning in front of him. He's standing on top of a building, and he is holding this axe above his head. And he says, "What does he say?" He says, "You swine have taken all we have and steal from us yet again. I am Black Fang, and you have my word that if you do not return the fat druid to us before nightfall tomorrow, we will descend on you in a swarm with fire and blood. Be warned."
So I'm going to kill him.
That was good.
And he, as he shouts all of that, as Grim leans over and says what he says to you all, he hops down from the thing, and the building that he was on was burning. He takes his axe and slams it into the corner of this wooden building and swipes through it, and then the building just begins to crumble in front of him after the integrity of it has been destroyed by the fire. And he turns around and he looks at all of his gnolls, and he lets out a bellowing howl that, "Oh!" And then they all respond with 40 and however many echoed howls, and they all sprint back into the forest. And that is where we will end our episode today, boys. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you've enjoyed it. This has been episode 19 of the Dungeon Boys. Come back next week to find out what's up with Black Fang. Come back next week to find out what's up with Thrick. As well as what's up with Briar and everything else. We'll find out what happens. Please be sure to like this video if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on iTunes or SoundCloud or wherever you might be listening, please, if you don't mind, write us a review. That'd be great. I should ask for that at the beginning of the episodes, to be honest with you. You're probably not still here if you know the episode is over. But Anyway, please leave us a review, subscribe, write us a review. It'd be great. In the meantime, remember, we love you very much.
And Duke's Barbecue.
That's right.